Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So this video is a little bit different. I will be looking at some layer 2 coins and I will try to analyze why they are going down. So the coin we will be looking at Arbitrum, Optimism, Immutable and Starknet. So these have actually tanked a lot of price, as you can see here, for 24%, 19%, 20%, 16%, and they have been going down for quite some time. So I thought I should cover it. I will be most likely analyzing their token supply and their token release, as well as their DeFi and how it is doing. Of course, Immutable is the gaming coin, so we'll be looking at their ecosystem. So let's get started. So first of all, we are looking at Arbitrum. So it's not down that much in 1 month, but if you look at 7 days, it's down over 16%. And if we just look at it from its all-time high, which was in Jan, as you can see, it's down around 61%, which is a lot. And it played very well from my previous video. Well, never mind that, we are not looking at the price action as of now. So let's just see what is happening with the Arbitrum. So the biggest problem with Arbitrum was this, I think, token unlock. If you just look here, they actually released pretty hefty amount of token unlocks. So the supply was around 1.5 billion till March 19th, till March 9. And if you look at on the March 17th, the token supply increased from 1.5 to 2.6, which is a lot. So we saw 1 billion new tokens coming into the market. So if you just look here, the investors got around 438 million tokens, which was a lot. And as of now, they are getting pretty good amount monthly, as you can see. So in 2 days, they will get around 36 million more. So I think that is the most likely reason where we have seen a lot of sellers coming in. So I think investors are actually selling their token and taking profit, and I think that is the biggest reason why Arbitrum has gone down. So if you just look here, we actually did peak in March, as you can see. So from March 13, it started to go down. So I think these are the investors taking their profit still. Anyways, so if you look at their DeFi, the DeFi has been doing pretty well. So I think overall the DeFi has seen a pretty good growth, but it actually did not break its all-time high TVL, which was around 3.2 billion, and and again it's going down. So it is hard to say what will happen with Arbitrum, but I think as of now Arbitrum ecosystem is still pretty strong, and I think it will grow even more. But I think the problem with their token will continue, and I think we'll see a lot of sell pressure if the BTC does go down. But I think the best entry for the Arbitrum is around 78 to 73, and I think that is the best entry and most likely the bounce back point which many retail investors are looking at, or even others. So I think this is a pretty good entry. Around 78 to 73 is perfect entry for the Arbitrum. Let's see what happens, but I think this is the most likely the bounce back point from the Arbitrum, and I think that is where the Arbitrum will go up. So let's see what happens with it. So the second coin which we are looking at, or the second layer 2 which we are looking at Optimism, or the token is OP, and I think it's down over, if you just look at the March, it's down over somewhere around here. So it's down over 60% again. So that's a pretty big, I think, downward movement, as you can see, and it's still it just lost its support, and I think it will probably go around 1.8 to 1.6. that is a pretty good entry for this coin as of now, because it is the most likely bounce back area for this coin. So the problem with this coin is somewhat similar to Arbitrum. So if you just look here, the investors are getting OP tokens monthly, I think. So if you just look here, we have the investors will get their tokens in 16 days, and after that we do have again the monthly unlock. So I think that is a big problem for the Optimism, and it will continue till June 2026. So that means for 2 years we'll see a pretty good sell pressure for this coin. Of course, as of now, the investors have received around 360 million coin, and they will get around 730. So that is still double the coin. So I think that is going to be a pretty good sell pressure for this coin. So I think we'll most likely see a bounce back from here, or somewhere from 1.4 to 3.6 is pretty good one. If not, I think we'll see a bounce back from 1.2 to $1. So I think these three are pretty good DCA points, and they could be actually it could be actually a profitable trade. So anyways, so the problem with Optimism, I think as of now, is that the TVL has not seen that much growth, as you can see, and it has been going down for quite some time, and that is not good overall. But there is a pretty big thing going on in the Arbitrum ecosystem, which is the super chain. So if you just look here, the base is actually in the super chain of the Optimism, and as well as Mental, Azora, WorldCoin, Layer 2, even Manta and others. So that means if you look at the base has been growing rapidly. So the thing is that I could not find how those super chain will actually impact OP coin. So that I do have confusion there, but I think if they somehow do some kind of benefit to OP coin could actually end up pumping, and I think it could actually become the biggest layer 2, because if you just look here, the base is not stopping as of now. So I think if somehow the super chains do impact OP coin, I think that will be pretty good for the Optimism. But as of now, I don't see any exact relationship between them, so I'm also confused on that. But anyways, I think these are the perfect entries for the Optimism, and I think it could be a pretty good trade if you're looking to trade OP token. So our third coin is actually IMX. So this coin is pretty good one in my opinion, because it is the gaming layer 2 solution. And if we just look at their ecosystem, they have more than 200 plus ecosystem in their ecosystem, and they also have the biggest games, which includes Gods Unchained, even Illuvium and others. So if you just go here, and if I just click on the gamify, you will see that their games are the biggest one. So if we just move ahead from here, we have Illuvium, we even have, I think, Guild games also comes into the ecosystem, as well as others. So I think the ecosystem is pretty good one, and I think they will grow even more the ecosystem. And I think all of that actually does include the utility of the IMX coin as well. As you can see, this flow diagram of how it works. So IMX is actually coming into the play, and that's pretty good for the IMX in the long run. But as of now, if you just look at the token unlocks, we do have in 6 hours there will be token unlocks for the IMX, and I think that will continue till 2025 November. And I think this token belongs to the project development, and just a second, so this token belongs to the, I think, ecosystem and project development. So I think they are giving away some incentives to the, I think, different projects, and though those could be selling to actually pay for their development and other activities. But anyways, I think this coin is pretty good one. But as of now, the most likely reason why it's going down, because it did have a pretty good demand, but as of now it has gone down significantly, because I think the low buyers are taking profit. So that could be one of the reasons. And as of now, I think it does have a pretty good entry around 1.77 to 1.64. This is demand zone, because before that it has pumped quite well from this area. If you just look here, it pumped like, I think, 116%, which was a lot, and after that again it came here and it pumped again like 50%. So I think it could actually end up pumping from here. But if this does reject from here, I think it will most likely go to 1.29 to 1.21. that is also pretty good entry, but I think this is a most likely a bounce back point that could actually happen as of now. But anyways, there is nothing more going on the, I think, Immutable, so I thought I should just say that. But I think they do have their beta, or I think, going on for their layer 2, and I think which is going to increase even more demand for their IMX coin in the future. So I think that's pretty good for this coin. So looking at Starknet, so this coin also has a big problem for their tokens, because if you just look at the price, and if you look at the market cap has actually gone up, but their price is going down. And I think that is due to their supply increasing slowly. As you can see here, we have the monthly unlocks of around early contributors and investors are getting their coin, and they will start getting, I think, and they will get their coin till 2027, and they will get around 1.8 billion STRK coin. And as of now, they have received, I think, only around 60 million. So I think STRK coin is going to see a lot of sell pressure in the future. And as of now, I think it has started to see that as well. But this coin, I think, will end up pumping once we see demand for the layer 2 increasing, because if you just look at their DeFi has been doing pretty well. As you can see, of course it's not crazy like Optimism and Arbitrum or Base, but I think this is pretty impressive, and I think their ecosystem is growing as of now. So I think that's pretty good for this coin. So I think the biggest problem for this coin as of now is that overall market is going down and all of the layer 2s are going down, and I think that is the most likely reason why we have a lot of sell pressure for this coin. And I think most of it may be coming from the investors, and I think investors will most likely sell their most of the coin. But I think once we do see a demand for the layer 2s, I think this coin will actually end up pumping again, because they do have various grants and community community airdrops in the future as well. So I think that will end up pumping this coin, but I think the price will actually adjust itself because the increase in their supply. So of course I think this coin is a pretty good buy, but I think it is probably better to wait till at least 70 cent or even 50 cent could be a good price for this coin. But as of now, I think they do have a big problem for their token unlocks, which is the investors. Let's see what happens, but I think this coin will probably see a lot of sell pressure, but it also has seen a pretty good, I think, growth to their DeFi, and I think their gaming is also increasing slowly. So I think the coin will have pretty good demand in the future, but it is better to wait and see what happens with the layer 2s. I think once we do have the layer 2 narrative in the market, this coin will most likely pump like it did at the start. So let's see what happens, but as of now I don't think that layer 2s overall are at the great position. So that is the most likely reason why it's going, and we do have pretty good sellers in the market as well, as you can see the investors. So let's see what happens, but I think this coin does have a potential, so it is better to wait till 70 cent or even below that to get entry, because that is the only entry which I am seeing. It could actually pump from here because it is at the support, and I think if we do end up losing this support, the coin is most likely heading towards 50 cent or even 20 cent. No one knows, but I think that is a possibility. But still, this coin I think has a potential because the ecosystem is growing rapidly.